Hey guys, Mr. Ridgway here. I want to take a moment to really lay out for you what we're going to be doing with our book, Hip Hop Revolution. So this is going to be our project for this year that we're kind of ending things off on. And for a lot of students, it's their most favorite and fun thing that they get to do all year. So what exactly is it? Well, I'm going to go ahead here and skip in the slides to basically exactly what the project is. This is available on Schoology, where it says project overview over on the side of Hip Hop Revolution, that page. But I'm going to go ahead and explain it here, and then we can actually dive into it. Okay, so basically what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be taking the ideas that Ogbar talked about in the book and presenting them in a basically and looking at them in a deep and meaningful way. And you're going to pick, okay, in the project, any modern day hip hop rap song, meaning probably from like the 2000s on, and really analyzing it. Now, let me go ahead and specify here you are not summarizing what the song means or what the lyrics are saying, okay? Because obviously hip hop uses a lot of things like metaphors and innuendo and stuff like that. You're not doing like a lyrics genius here for us. That's not what that is, okay? That's not what this is. Instead, you are analyzing your song in the larger context of Ogbar's really big points about hip hop and rap. So, for example, okay, you know, you could look at in your project, how does my artist in the song demand authenticity or realness? Like how do they actually do it? Like, what's the mechanisms that they use? How do they approach minstrelsy in hip hop rap? Do they contest, the minstrel image? Do they confirm that image? And then, even though we didn't do the chapter on it, I'd still be interested to hear your thoughts about this because, again, feminism in hip hop is such, with figures lately such as Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, has been so influential. How does your how does your artist or that song, how does it approach ideas about femininity and gender? Does it liberate? Is it kind of like more progressive ideas about gender? Is it objectifying in some ways, or is it empowering? I'd be interested to hear some of your thoughts about that as well. So what you're actually doing here, okay, is you are doing a 2-minute rapid fire presentation, and for reasons that are pretty obvious, because obviously some of the songs that you might pick can be, pretty out there, right there in terms of lyrics and controversial. You are not going to be doing this in front of the class. Okay, this is going to be submitted to me on Flipgrid, and all you're going to get is, as it says there, 2 minutes, 30 seconds of which is going to be taken up by a music sample of your song. The rest of the time, that minute 30 seconds, is you detailing and doing your analysis. There's only a couple rules with this. Number one, you cannot do for your presentation any song that we've talked about in class. So, for example, "This Is America" you can't do, or Ice Cube's "True to the Game," okay, or Bubba Sparks, right? All those would be off limits. Now, also, you can use a whole variety of presentation software to do this, as well as you're going to be using Flipgrid to actually turn in your project and actually present it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rubric and see how you're being scored. Okay, the first thing, do you analyze the song in the larger context of Ogbar's argument? Are they in a thorough and comprehensive manner? Pretty straightforward there. Does your 30-second sample of your song support larger arguments made in the presentation? Do you analyze the song for audience, the audience, in presentation in detail? Is the presentation clean, professional, interesting? It looks like you didn't put it together in 30 minutes, basically. And then the presentation makes logical sense, delivery is confident and clear, the presenter keeps in mind loudness of voice, eye contact, and presence in the room. And so this is kind of in a couple of important things. Number one, because you're presenting this to Flipgrid, you want to make sure that you're actually looking at the camera on your computer and not down here at the text. Okay, that's kind of, again, something to think about. And also making sure that your voice can be heard when you're presenting your material. Now, as to what you actually need to make this project. First, you need a modern day rap or hip hop song. You can use any artists that were in Hip Hop Revolution, but just not any of the songs that we looked at. You can also look at things like the Billboard 100 for hip hop rap and pick an artist or a song off there, or ask a friend. Or maybe it's something that you might know of. Second, you're going to analyze the song using Hip Hop Revolution. Okay, then you'll also need a 30-second clip of your song that illustrates your points. And really, the easiest way to do this, and I'll show you this here in a second, is on YouTube. And you literally just go to YouTube, you get the URL for their music video, and what's even better is like a lyric video so that we can understand the lyrics that are being said. And you just get the URL and you put the actual video in your presentation. And I'll show you how to trim it down to 30 seconds. Then you need some kind of presentation software. I think Google Slides is the easiest. I recommend you use some kind of presentation software like Slides Carnival or, Prezi, even something like that to make it work. And then last but not least, once you've got all that done, then you're going to record it on Flipgrid. And I will show you how to do the Flipgrid screen recorder, just like how I'm doing right now. So first things first, let's say you find a YouTube video. Okay. Yeah. And again, I'm speaking here to Google Slides. If you're doing this in some other presentation software, you will have to figure out the trimming on your own. But if you're going to do it in Google Slides, which again, I recommend, once you got your video put in there, you go to Insert, Video from YouTube, you paste in the URL, you click the Format Options button, and then over there where it says Video Playback, you can see the buttons right below me here. I can actually just trim the time period so that the video automatically only plays from 2 minutes 30 to 3 minutes, right? And you can adjust those start end times as you see fit. Helps your presentation run really, really smoothly. Because again, remember, you only got 2 minutes, so you don't have time, like in the middle of a Flipgrid recording, to run around and find the site and get the exact clip you want. Like you want it to be prepared and ready. The second thing is, how do you make a recording on Flipgrid using a screen recorder, just like how I'm doing? Well, it's really easy. There's going to be a Flipgrid topic that is open for you to turn this in. And what you're going to do is when you get ready to record, you go to a little button on the left that says Options, and then you click Screen Recorder. And you want it to be recording your whole screen so that your face pops up in the corner, just like how mine is right here. Okay, just remember, your presentation cannot go longer than 2 minutes. So that timer will be set for 2 minutes and you won't have any longer than that. So as soon as it starts counting down, you want to make sure that you're ready to talk with what you have to talk about and that your Google Slides presentation is ready to go and it's in presentation mode for you to talk about. Okay, so other than that, these will be due on Friday. Okay, so next Friday, basically a week from now from when this video is being published, and they're going to be due, again, to me on Flipgrid. Please take them seriously. Besides them being a lot of fun, this is worth a lot of points, and so you want to make sure that you really represent what you've learned from the book and from the themes that Ogbar has talked about really, really well. Okay. Other than that, please hit me up and send me messages if you have questions, and I look forward to seeing what you create. Bye-bye.